Number one Ibble Dibble here. Welcome to my review of Tom Bower's Revenge. Chapter 1. Thomas. The 37-year-old father proudly held the newborn baby, who he repeatedly called Flower. Doria Markle, his 24-year-old wife, was sleeping. Once she awoke to discover her daughter, she pronounced her name should be Rachel. Thomas preferred Meghan. As a compromise, she was called Rachel Meghan. Okay, 24 and 37 is a significant age difference. That's it. I think the fact that they didn't decide on a name in advance of Meghan's birth speaks volumes to the lack of intimacy between her parents. While Thomas endlessly photographed his daughter, he agreed with Doria that baby Meghan should get everything she wanted. Even as a baby, any sign of her displeasure should be instantly placated by gifts. Okay. Who cares? I don't think Meghan is particularly materialistic, by the way. I think she's particularly status conscious. She's always trying to telegraph to us that she's a winner in life with good taste, not realizing that true winners in life with good taste don't need to telegraph it to anybody. Thomas and Doria had met in 1977 at the ABC Film Studios in Los Angeles. 33 years old, Thomas had just been nominated for an Emmy as the lighting director of the daytime TV soap General Hospital. Unsurprisingly, he spotted Doria, a slim, beautiful black 21-year-old trainee makeup artist with a nose stud. After a few weeks, Doria moved into Thomas's untidy family home. Okay. Anyone else thinking exactly the reverse? It's more like, unsurprisingly, Doria spotted Thomas, young, good-looking guy with an Emmy under his belt. Very few people genuinely fall in love in 5 weeks, and absolutely nobody wants to move into someone else's untidy house in 5 weeks. She was locking that man down. Doria found the setup challenging. Tom Jr. recalled how the Markles celebrated Thanksgiving with Doria's grandfather, mother, and half-brother. It was really warm and inclusive, Tom Jr. recalled. The kind of family I had always wanted. Troubling. Thomas promised Doria kindness and stability, especially after she did not qualify as a makeup artist. Okay, so no shade at all to makeup artists. I understand that that job is extremely difficult because it not only requires artistic precision and skill, but incredible people skills. Interfacing with clients, especially actors who think they're very special, is an art and a science. Makeup artists also have to network extremely hard to get good gigs. That said, not qualifying as a makeup artist, meaning what? Not passing the hygiene test to get your cosmetology license in the state of California? I mean, how lazy is this woman? I loved Doria, Thomas said. I didn't think how long it would last. I gave it a go because I wanted a child. This was the first child I could afford. I didn't have enough money for the other two. Tom. It's never too late to be generous to your children. First of all, when Thomas met Doria, his kids were not that old. They were still in their early teens. How about you pay for their college tuition? How about you buy them apartments? How about you start trust funds for them? It's never too late to help your child succeed in the world. This is weird. Also, it really speaks to his total lack of maturity. He's clearly one of those clean slaters who thinks nothing is wrong with him. He just needs to replace the people around him. I'm getting an inkling of where Meghan gets it from. Before arriving at the ABC studios, Doria helped her father sell bric-a-brac, and then she moved around to California trying to be a travel agent, an importer, and finally a clothing designer before finding a permanent job. Thomas says she was employed by a boyfriend to prune marijuana plants in Humboldt County. After stripping the leaves and stems, her boyfriend supplied customers across Los Angeles. In Thomas's absence at work, Tom Jr. smoked cannabis with his friends in the house. Doria also regularly smoked cannabis with women friends and sometimes Jeffrey, a friend from her high school days. Doria was, according to Samantha, ordering her stepdaughter to clean the house. Samantha's resentment grew as Doria increasingly partied in the family home with girlfriends or drove back to Humboldt County to smoke marijuana. Doria changed after we married, admitted Thomas Markle. Samantha recalls seeing photographs of Doria with women taken by Thomas on the walls of their home. Oh my God, inappropriate. Thomas was also aware that Doria was sleeping with other men. How? So, Thomas, how ludicrous. This man was working 18-hour shifts in a really competitive industry to basically let a bunch of kids party all day at his house. The amicable settlement, negotiated by one lawyer, split Thomas's limited savings. The couple also agreed that in exchange for no alimony, Thomas would always support Meghan. Okay, smart, very responsible, Doria. So that's it, the brief and illustrious union of Thomas and Doria Markle. I am judging both of them so hard here. First of all, Thomas marrying a 21-year-old. You'd think, having been forced by circumstance into marriage and fatherhood at 22 himself, he would have understood the challenges his wife would inevitably face in balancing figuring out her own identity and purpose while being required by society and their relationship to devote herself wholeheartedly to a husband and child. But instead of just avoiding putting someone in that situation, he thought he could give a child, basically, a super long leash and hope for the best. Honestly, there are so many men like this. They are successful enough and very, very busy and genuinely believe women magically become domestic and well mannered when a ring is on their finger and affectionate and self sacrificing once they give birth. As long as the house is clean, the laundry is done, dinner's on the table, and they get laid 2 or 3 times a week, they literally do not care about the character, intelligence, interests, friends, mothering ability, or even future of their own wives. Of course, this leaves them open to total exploitation by any attractive woman looking for a mark. And I think that's how we get so many very fun Real Housewives franchises. But I'm not sure Doria was even that. It seems like she was just super immature, super selfish, perhaps battling addiction issues, and really needing the financial security Thomas offered more than his love or respect or time. And I don't blame her for that because she was 21. That's normal for a 21-year-old. What she shouldn't have done is brought a baby into the mix. I do believe Meghan is 41. I don't think her entire high school class or rush class would lie for her. And I think people suggesting this are kind of backhandedly shaming her for not being 10 years younger. Yeah, hi, hello. Some of us existed before social media. However, I do think the timing of her birth is sus in a much more serious way. As in, Doria was not a happy homemaker who popped her out after a year or two living blissfully with Thomas. I think Doria got pregnant when she had already decided to leave 4 years in. Even if she technically stayed married to Thomas for 6 more years, it sounds like she was totally checked out. Off with her boyfriend all day, quote unquote working, also out there partying whenever Thomas was on a long shift, high when she actually was home, and therefore probably neglecting her baby. I bet Meghan was dropped off with her mother, sister, or left with a resentful teenage Samantha most of the time. They say one essential ingredient in making a narcissist is failing to offer a baby secure attachments. It's pretty clear that out of touch Thomas and practical magic Doria didn't care about each other deeply and didn't care about their baby beyond what she could do for them. A mulligan for him and a meal ticket for her. You'd think she'd given birth to a lucky cat statue. And poor Samantha, she was just trying to get through junior high. She was probably just realizing that her own mom was a slutty party girl who didn't care much about her kids. And instead of finding her a solid, loving family member and role model, Thomas just hooked up with the same problems 10 years younger. If my father married some stoner who couldn't even graduate beauty school, gave her all his cash at my expense, and asked me to clean their house and raise their baby, I'd still be screaming about it too.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
I'll be doing a chapter a day to keep the corgis away. Toodaloo!